Hi, 5th graders. Today we're going to be learning about rounding, adding, dividing, and multiplying mixed fractions. So let's get started. We're going to get started on rounding, and we're going to do number 3 and number 6 together. Number 3 gave us 1,233, and it has the number 1 underlined, and the direction says to round to the underlined number. So we need to round to the number 1. However, we need to know the rounding rules first. So as I said in like a previous video, when it's less than 5, then you round down. And then if it's greater than 5, then you round up. So you need to keep that in mind. Let's try to These are the rules that you have to remember for rounding. So let's go back to number 3. It gave us 1,233, and once again, number 1 was underlined. So we need to round to 1. So we need to look at the number behind it, which is 2. And we see 2 right here. And if we were to think of the number 2 in terms of these rules, then it's less than 5. So we're gonna round down, and you can't really round. When I mean round down, you just leave it the same. So it will just be 1. So you don't change it. So the new number would be 1,000, and 1,000 is less than 1,233. Now let's look at 63,500. Now when we look at that, I feel like I should change the wording for this one. Then I should change the wording. Instead of rounding down, I'll put in parentheses that we should just leave it the same. Leave the number as is. Leave the number as is. That's the meaning of for when rounding down. Let's move that. Let's just erase this brackets. And we'll move on for number 6. Number 6 gave us 63,500, and it has number 5 underlined, right? So we have to look at the number behind it, which is 0. And when I say behind, I sort of mean to the right of it, which is 0 over here. And we see that 0 is less than 5. So we'll round down or just leave the number as is. So our new answer, our rounded version of 63,500 will just be 63,500, because nothing changes, right? And that's our final answers. Let's highlight them. So number 3 will be 1,000, and number 6 will just be 63,500. For some of them, they will change, and for some of them, they won't change. And we're going to move on to adding now. We're going to do number 5 together. I set it up, and I made sure that all the numbers were aligned, like the places, like the ones, the tens, the hundreds, the thousands, the 10,000s, the 100,000s. We're going to do number 5 together. So let's see. It gave us 6 plus 6, which is 12, right? And then 4 plus 9 is 13. So we add 12 plus 13, that is 25. So we put 5 here, and we bring the 2 here. And then we add again. 6 plus 2 is 8, right? And then 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 plus 7 is 23, and 23 plus 6 is 29. So we bring the 9 down. Oops, that doesn't really look like a 9. We're going to bring the 9 down and bring the 2 up here. So 2 plus 0 is just 2. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 7 is 19. Right? So we bring the 1 right there. 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 plus 5 is 11. So we bring the 1 here, bring the 1 there, if you can see it. And then 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 plus 4 is just 12. So we put the 2, bring the 1, and 1 plus 9 is 10. Oops, I said it out loud. And then we're going to put commas where it's necessary. So remember, it's every 3, so it's going to be over here and over here. And if you want a clean answer of it, it'll be 21,995. And let's check our answers just in case. We did number 5, 1,021,995. Great, that's the correct answer. And let's highlight it for reassurance. Let's highlight it. That's the answer for number 5. And let's move on to the next lesson, which is division. For this one, once again, like last time, we're gonna leave it as with remainders. We're not gonna make it decimals or anything. So let's number 8 together. It gave us 399 divided by 60. So 399 will be inside. So we put 399. And then we have 60 outside. So now we need to see how many times 60 goes into 399. So let's try 60 times, let's try 4. 60 times 4 is 0, 24. We could still have a little bit more to go in, so let's try one more higher. 60 times 5. That's 300, right? Let's go a little bit higher. I think we could go a little bit higher. 60 times 6. That gives us 3,600. We can try a little bit higher, maybe 60 times 7. That's 4,200. That's a bit too high for 399. So we have to go with 60 times 6, which is 360. So we're going to put 6 right here. And then we're going to subtract 399 by 360. Oops. And we get 9 minus 0 is just 9. 9 minus 6 is just 3. 3 minus 3 is just 0. So it's going to be 6 remainder, 39. Let's see if that's correct. Yep, that is. And let's write it for a little bit neater. 6 remainder. Remember the R stands for remainder. 39. Let's highlight it. And that's how you're going to do for all of these division problems. Now let's move on to multiplying mixed fractions. We're going to do number 2 together. So number 2 gave us, as you can see, let's write it, I'll draw it because it looks better when it's drawn. Number 2 gave us 3, oops, it's in yellow. Number 2 gave us 3 and 9/12, right, times, oh, it's just 1/2, 1/2. Now, when you have mixed fractions and you're multiplying, it's easier to make them improper fractions, which you do by multiplying the denominator by the whole number, and then you add the numerator. So it's going to be 3 times 12, which is 36, and then 36 plus 9. I'm not good with mental math, so we'll draw it out. 36 plus 9 is, oops, that should be 15. That should be 15, sorry. 15, and then remainder 1, and it's 3 and 1, so it's 45. So it'll be 45, but then we keep the denominators the same, over 12 times 1/2. And unlike addition or subtraction, it doesn't matter if the denominators are the same or not. You just multiply across. So 45 times 1 is 45, and 12 over 2 times 2 is 24. And we need to see if these can be simplified any further. And it can. I'm pretty sure by 3 if I'm right. Let's try 45 divided by 3. That gives us 1. Minus 3 equals 15. Gives us 15. 15. So we could also divide 24 by 3, and it gives us 15 over 8. And you could either leave it as this improper fraction, or you could divide to get the mixed fraction, which is just going to be, can't be 2, so it's going to go once, and it's going to be 8, 7. So it's going to be 15 over 8, or 1 over 7/8. And that's going to be your answers. 15 over 8, or 1 over 7/8. Oops, it looks a little bit messy. I'll just box it. 15 over 8, or 1 and 7/8. Let's check our answer. Number 5. Oh, number 2, sorry. Yep, 1 and 7/8. Yep, that's it. And that's it for today. I hope this helped you guys a bit.